Hi.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. Really good.
So let's tell everybody who you are, because at some point there's a new person born every day. So somebody may not know who you are. Who are you?
This is true. Oh my gosh, the young people that would not know. I am Dylan Ryan, and I am a adult performer. I am a therapist. I'm a writer and performer of a variety of kinds. Powerlifter, human, genuinely great human, I think. But
All around just awesome, badass.
Renaissance lady. Yeah.
So you and I know each other for over a decade. We figured out.
Oh, yeah.
Well over a decade.
13 years.
Ish.
Yeah, give or take, 12, 13 years.
And obviously we know each other from the adult industry, but then we're friends outside of the industry. Let's see, where do we start with this? We'll jump on what we have been talking about.
Yeah.
Let's talk about powerlifting.
Powerlifting is awesome. It's been about a year and change for me, so a year and a half, year and 8 months that I've been doing it as a daily practice. But for those who don't know powerlifting specifically, so it's basically in weightlifting, and it's barbell lifting, and it's the squat, bench, and deadlift, and then some people also add in like overhead movements, so overhead press, etc. But it's a little bit different than like Olympic weightlifting, which is like clean and jerks or the snatches. I love that one. I love it's called snatch.
I do too.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite words. I like snatch.
Yeah.
Snatch, and I think snatch is more offensive than cunt. Cunt seems like a loving word to me these days.
I say cunt a lot, and I refer to my pussy as cunt a lot. I also call people cunt, and then sometimes when I'm saying something shady and sort of trying to not, I'll say like there being a see you next Tuesday, which also makes me laugh. But snatch is like, I don't know, like grimier than cunt.
Yeah.
It's kind of like,
Cunt to me is polished. My wife gave me a t-shirt 2 years ago, I think it was, for Father's Day, and it just says cunt across it.
So, funny story, I just went to a spa date with two of my girlfriends, and we were originally going to go to the river. This is up north, and right now the fires are going on up north, and so ultimately we couldn't go out to the river to go into the water. So we're like, okay, we'll go to the spa, but because we were going to go to the river, I was just going to wade in like shorts or going naked or whatever, and we decided to go to the spa. They would not let us in without bathing suits, so I hadn't brought one. And my friend loaned me hers, but it was the one-piece bathing suit. We had all gotten these one-piece bathing suits for my friend's bachelorette party. You've probably seen them online. They have like different words on the front with like the white letters, black one piece. And hers said cunt in just like big ass bright white letters. So I'm just in the spa and I'm like, and it's high woo in there, and there's like a gong when people are talking too loudly and everyone's like going through the motions. I'm just in this black bathing suit that just fucking says cunt on the front. And I got like half looks and half people being like, I love your suit. That's so great. So I have to give it up to my friend Rachel for her cunt bathing suit. It made me super happy.
I love those things. And the thing is, it's always the reaction of the people when they see you wearing something like that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I can't believe you're out in public like that. It's like, well, it's just, for starters, it's a word.
Totally.
That's all it is.
And like the reclamation of words and things like that. But it was interesting to me, the sort of self-awareness I had wearing it. I felt kind of self-conscious.
I usually do.
Because I was like, in a spa environment, are people going to think that I'm like trying to make a point or being really aggressive with that? It's interesting how language can seem aggressive. I don't know. Semantics is really fascinating, but
I think that's where emojis come in.
Yeah.
Like it's in our time too. It's like because I can sit there and text something and to 5 different people, and it can be the exact same text, and all 5 people are going to take it differently.
Oh my gosh.
And if I throw just any emoji in there, it changes the whole tone of it, because
completely.
You're not looking at someone in the face, you don't see their expressions, you don't see their mannerisms, you don't hear their tone, you just see words, and if for whatever reason you're already set off about something,
then you need something to soften it a little bit.
Hey, what do you want for dinner? Fuck you, that's what I want for dinner. No,
we're already fighting, you suck, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it's kind of funny. I think that that's kind of where we've come to, is it's like the hieroglyphs from the Egypts. We've just circled back around with silly cartoonic
It's
boots.
funny with emojis though, because I was just talking about this recently. I think emojis themselves can have, I don't know what I would say. I sort of have like a response to emojis in certain contexts. So like, for instance, the one I was talking about, I hate when I write something genuine or like sweet. So this happens on Instagram because I get messages from fans or like people that I don't really know or whatever. And I'll always try to, if it's not super like creepy or violent or like not an okay message, I'll try to respond with something genuine, like, oh, thank you so much, like that's really kind or whatever.
Right.
And I don't know why, but it just grates my nerves when you respond with something that is human and people respond with the heart. Just the single heart emoji. Heart. That's what it feels like when I get it. It's like, heart. And I want to be like, fuck you. Fuck you in your heart. I'm like, I had a moment. I was like, here are some words between humans. And you're like, heart emoji.
Well, that's why I always do, when I do that, I do the black heart.
That one, but again, right? This is some interesting psychological shit because what is the difference? The black heart is like, I'm deeper or like more goth or like I have more feelings about with this, where the red heart is just like, red heart.
Yeah.
Poop.
You might as well send me the shit emoji.
But it is literally just a different colored heart. And yet you are completely correct that if someone responded with a black heart, I'd be like, oh, there's depth there.
Yeah, they know.
Because you're black heart.
They got me.
So stupid.
But if it's
stupid.
And then you've got the different colored ones where it's like they come in really awesome. They come in handy one time a year for me, the different colored ones, and
Yes.
that's during Pride.
Yes.
And I just pop off all the colors. I'm like,
Yeah,
ta-da,
I love
have a
that.
rainbow.
I like to respond with a purple heart because that one feels like somewhere in between red and black.
Right.
I basically told my girlfriend she's not allowed to respond to any of my text messages with hearts anymore because then I'm just like irrationally angry at her. I'm like, you are my girlfriend. We are in a deep ass relationship. You will
know better.
never send me a heart emoji as a response to anything. You could be like, heart you, babe.
Or like the face that blows the kiss.
Oh my gosh, that one is okay. That one I do. If it's like a casual conversation, that one I will respond. I think you have responded to some of my texts with that. That's very sweet. But again, in the like context of weirdness, I have a hard time sending that to people that I don't already have a relationship with because it feels kind of like romantic.
It does.
Or a little sexy to me. So unless I'm like, oh, you're my friend, you know what I mean, I wouldn't probably ever send that back to
Right.
a fan or a person who I've never met because I'm like, that's blowing someone a kiss. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't really
I
don't just
yeah. Like, hi, stranger. Mwah.
blow someone kisses.
Like this is from this morning, and I just so you can see the interchange from the wife.
Yeah, you got
And
the
just-
middle finger.
Yeah. If you were like,
Oh, you sent the middle finger.
oh yeah, I sent it because she thought she was funny and told me not to forget to turn the camera on.
See, that's so true. But it's good because you guys can talk to each other that way.
Right.
I love the middle finger. I do these hands. This one.
Yeah.
The like big ups hands. I send that one a lot. I'm a really big fan of the peach emoji, which
For
is
the
just
booty.
general like butt response, which is really nice. I do the crying laughing face, which I think is probably the most used emoji in the world.
Right. Why do you think? Well, I think we both have an idea. I want to hear your version, since I don't know why we're talking about emojis, but we're doing it. Why do
The
you
organic
think?
conversation flow.
Yeah, the eggplant became the emoji for a cock.
You know, I've actually thought about this. I think that people thought it was more like interesting or irreverent than the corn emoji because that's the only other one that's really
so
out there.
phallic.
And the corn is phallic. I mean, the corn could be like white wiener versus, wieners of other colors.
Right.
But I think that the eggplant is just like such a funny, weird, stupid vegetable. I mean, if you look at an eggplant, it does not look like a penis.
And if it
it
does-
is large and bulbous. It is far too big to be.
It looks like a penis that's had a
Phallic in
cock
that
ring
way.
and broken.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because it's
It's
swollen
crazy.
at the bottom
Like
and
a
it
corn
gets-
of cob is much more likely to actually go inside something, go in a hole than eggplant.
I actually
But
saw a porn where they had a corn on the cob dildo
it's amazing.
that these two girls. It was from the 70s. It was a magazine that my dad had, and he fucked up and left it laying around. And I saw it, and there was the two girls
That's
and the
kind of
guy,
cool.
and
I
they
never thought it
were
would feel good.
using the corn cob fucking him in the ass while they were blowing him. I was
That's
like,
in him. That would probably feel really good in the booty if it's got ridges on it. Do you know that there's a drumstick dildo now?
a drumstick.
It's like a chicken drumstick.
Oh, I thought you meant like drums, like a.
Yeah, I know, like a chicken drummy dildo. I can't remember if it's a butt toy or if it's just a dildo fucker, but it's this really great company. And actually, My girlfriend bought me another thing from that line, which is, I think you probably saw it on my Instagram. It's the cheeseburger ball gag.
Yes.
Yes.
I actually had one of those and gave it to a model. I don't remember which model it was. I'm trying to remember who, because it was recently, it sat on my desk forever. And then when we were leaving the armory and I was packing stuff up, I was like, you know what? You've been eyeballing this. Here you go. I hope they don't watch this and be like, you asshole, you didn't remember it was me?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, she forgot that you were the one that gave it to her?
No, I'm saying if she watches this and she's going to be like, you asshole, it was me. And I'll be like, oh, I was just playing.
Yeah.
So.
I think it was a meaningful moment. I remembered it.
Yeah, I remembered it. I just don't remember that. You know, it's like there's this meme I saw, and it's like kind of like this heartstring pulling thing, and it's about like things in the past, and it starts off with this very detailed drawing of two people and all of the windows and the clouds and the sun and the cars and the color, and then the next one the color is missing and it's just the outlines, and the next thing it's the detail by detail. And eventually it comes down to where there's two people, there's no faces, but they're close. And it says at the end of the day, as long as you remember who was there with you, the rest never matters. Or as long
That's really sweet.
So it was super sweet. And I saw that, I was like, that's really cool. And because I feel like the older I get too, I'm all,
oh my gosh,
I'm sappy.
Yeah,
man.
me too. I have a really crappy memory. I always have had. And I don't think it's probably getting any sharper as I get older. I've noticed that I start to get closer to people based on their memories and what they remember. So I've surrounded myself with people who can remember details of the times we've spent together because they remind me. Because I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I forgot that part. And also that's incidentally like one of the things about social media that I do really like. I have some frustrations with it, but I really like that, like on Instagram, all my memories are there. I actually found a really cool app where you can download all of your stuff, and I back up all my photos. I really like looking at photos because I just can't always really remember details for things, and so that's really helpful. But it is true. I remember the connections. I remember the moments. I remember, like, oh, here's sort of what was going on in my life and who I was with, but actually, like, where we were, what I was wearing, who we were seeing.
What the smell
and that kind of shit
was.
will drive me crazy.
Yeah.
I will be like going back
matter.
trying to remember what concert it was that we saw, but I remember that we were there together. I always remember those parts.
I call it a box, and it's my kind of like the random accessible memory RAM, basically.
Yeah.
It's like I have my RAM, and it's full of song lyrics.
Oh my gosh.
And lots of math equations, because I'm a big numbers guy and music person. And then there's a bunch of things that fit in here too that are just random shit. But then the wife's like, I just said this to you like 2 days ago, and I'm like, didn't make the box.
No idea.
But scattered, they're all there. They're just not in the one that you, and sometimes it takes really weird shit to trigger it. And there's like, I don't remember I remember things throughout my childhood. I don't remember a lot of details. I don't remember a lot of details about school. I don't remember teachers' names. I've got friends that are like, oh, you remember in second grade the teacher's name was so-and-so that day.
Oh my God, my girlfriend
shirt?
remembers the names of pretty much every friend she ever had through school.
Yeah,
like people sitting in front of her in class, behind her in class, the person that was mean to her, the different... No recollection of any of that stuff. If I saw somebody, I could probably be like, oh, your face?
You know when it'll be accessed? When and if you ever have a child. Because when they start going through things, I vividly remember as he's now my kid's in second grade.
Yeah.
And as he experiences things, I'm like, oh shit. And then this whole flood of shit opens. So it's basically like there's one little thing that'll trigger, and then you get a flow of memories.
Well, so that's actually, there's a really interesting TED Talk on memory and brain function around memory. And one of the things they talk about is that for some reason, socially, we talk about memories as like a box, right? Like, oh, like this is my filing cabinet. I can go back and actually access.
Right.
And if I can't, then my filing cabinet is broken, or I'm not actually... like my memories aren't sort of filed correctly, when in fact it does not work that way at all. It's usually synaptically triggered by other things. It's experientially related, so things that our body remembers versus things that our senses remember, but we don't access our memories the way that we think we do. And they get stored in different parts of the brain, not just one part that either works or doesn't work, which I found kind of helpful and also really interesting. Like songs... I can sing songs that I have no recollection of the last time I heard them. Word for word, complete lyrics. I can correct people if the lyrics are wrong. Like, the weirdest things. Stuff that I know for sure was music that my parents maybe listened to when I was a kid that I haven't listened to as an adult. And I was maybe
emotions?
6 or 7. Oh, yeah, all the time. I mean, when it comes to senses, my memories are triggered really often. So, like, smell particularly will take me right back. And it will almost be like whatever's going on around me. So if it happened right now, this room wouldn't really be here. I would be for that moment, like in my grandmother's kitchen or out in the woods at camp or whatever it was. I would actually like transport to that time and that place, which I think is really cool.
What's your most nostalgic? It's like what scent takes you back like to a good positive place every time you smell it?
Oh my gosh, a good scent. I think that probably the most easily and frequently triggered is, and this is a super common I think for a lot of people, is like Christmas scents. So the scent of pine, the scent of like sort of cooking smells and pine. It happens a lot this time of year when like Bath and Body Works makes their Christmas candles and Glade makes their Christmas candles. Like I will be walking down the aisle in Target and I'll pass the like Glade holiday candle display and I'll be like,
Santa's coming soon.
And you asked if I'm nostalgic. I will just start crying. And not like openly weeping, but like tears will just start coming because, and it will almost feel like, oh my God, I really miss that person. But I think what I miss is that, like that time or that experience. I was like, oh, that was really wonderful. And then I will just get completely emotionally overcome.
Right. I'm that way too. And I feel like, and I think it's like it feels sad for a moment, but then I realized like it felt good to let it out.
Totally.
And 2, there was the smile that came from the memory.
Yeah.
But the thing that gets me too, and I was talking about this with someone else recently, is the people are like, if I could just go back to the old neighborhood and it's gone.
Yeah. It's totally different.
You want it because it was an easier time, a simpler time, a better time, possibly. But it's gone. You can never. It's a chapter. That book has been closed. It's been put back on the shelf.
Yeah.
And it's amazing that it's there because it helped form you. But to have this nostalgia to chase something,
or to actually go
past,
and see it and experience it, it is really different.
It feels like it's almost like it should be a closed casket funeral. Like just remember it the way it was. Don't go back because like I hadn't been back to Atlanta. A long time. Super like in Atlanta proper where I grew up. So I was probably 7 or 8 years ago. I went back and Google Earthed my neighborhood, and when I Googled my address that I grew up on, I grew up in this fucking house. I was there for 1st grade to 12th grade or 11th grade. It wouldn't show up, and I'm like, well, this is bullshit because I know.
Oh my God, was it gone?
The reason my address wasn't there is because it is now the back side of a property because I lived on 2.5 acres inside of Atlanta, inside the city limits of Atlanta, and we had goats.
Yeah.
And so they took that 2.5 acres along with a couple other little spots
and split it up.
They turned it into an entire neighborhood. There's like 10 houses now.
On those 2 acres.
On those 2.5 acres of land.
That's crazy.
And the 2145 address, because I remember because there was a curve, like there was a straight shot and there was a really sharp curve because there was accidents on that curve all the time. And so I'm like, that's where the house was. And it's the back of one of the properties that faces a cul-de-sac for one of the new streets that they just created in my neighborhood. And it like crushed me. I'm like, I never want to go back to that neighborhood now.
Yeah.
Because it's not the same.
It's really interesting. And I like going on those journeys with people. I mean, we lived in a bunch of different houses growing up. It's really funny. I don't have... A lot of other people in my family do. I guess I'm a little bit more like my dad this way. I don't really have nostalgia for homes particularly. I'm not like, oh, that was my home where I grew up, and maybe it was because we moved around. I'm not really sure what it is, but I have nostalgia for experiences that we would go to. So like, I think I was telling you this morning, like the bagel shop that I went with my grandma to get bagels when I was a kid, and it's amazing that that's still there. That makes me super emotional. Like an old movie theater where I saw, a movie for the first time, where I was like, oh, that's where I saw E.T. And look, the old movie theater is still there, and look, it looks like that. Or we'll drive by and be like, oh, they tore down that movie theater. I used to go there and see movies. Like that kind of nostalgia. But it's also just like a function of getting older.
Yeah.
It's so weird. I sort of remember the time that started happening. And I was like, oh man, I'm only like 27 or 28. But I think you just reach this point where then you have that bank of memories that feel far enough behind you to kind of have that nostalgia.
Right.
Also, I mean, you said you're a sap. I'm just totally a sap. I cry at commercials. Oh my God, there is this, I don't even remember what company it is, but you should Google it. It's this commercial about gift giving with Elton John. I was lying in bed watching it and like sobbing, tears running down my face. And my girlfriend was like, "Are you what? Oh my God, what are you watching?" I was like, "It's a commercial
I have a friend
about giving." And she's like, "It's a commercial. Like, you are bawling your face off." But it's just so sweet. And these motherfuckers that made the commercial clearly knew. They did all of the things. So I was like, that felt so good. And also like, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
What was that shit? But also, I saw it in an article that was like, you are going to watch this commercial and cry. So prepare yourself. That was the headline. And of course, I click on that because I'm like, let's do that. Let's have a good cry. I want to do that.
But that's healthy too, though. That's super healthy.
I really like crying.
Yeah, I think it's good.
I'm super about it.
So, but I've got a friend back in LA, and I will not talk about his exact profession because it may or not be
We don't want to put him on blast.
Illegal.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Fascinating.
He works, let's see, he's a distributor of not FDA regulated pharmaceuticals, if you know what I mean.
Gotcha, okay.
So he's kind of a tougher guy.
He's in pharma.
He rides motorcycles. He's got this look, like he's kind of an overall, you see him and he looks like a badass. And he has no problem standing up and getting in your face. Like he's just he's a rough and tumble looking and guy.
Yeah.
He cries over tampon commercials. Years ago, we went to go see someone, and I was actually with my brother. We came out here from LA.
Yeah.
And my brother and I are fucking around with his roommate, and this person is sitting watching TV, and you start... And you're like, what the fuck is this? And I walk in there, I'm like, dude, are you okay? And he's like, this fucking movie, man. And he's just bawling. I'm like, what are you watching? He's like, I think it's called Forrest Gump. I'm like, you fucking pussy.
That makes me cry every single time, though, Forrest Gump.
He was crying like somebody shot his mother in front of him. And we just laughed, and he's like, fuck you guys. And he was all like, Brutus all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's like, it's fine. Crying is so important. It like cleans the pipes. It's like an orgasm.
Yeah.
Like, you probably shouldn't go a super, super long time without an orgasm. And, you know, crying functions similarly. It's like an energetic release that the body needs. Just be like, oh, these emotions, these feelings, good or bad, or good or hard, like sad, happy, whatever it is. Crying, I think, is just like a really good flushing of the system. And
if it's super sad, holding it back seems stressful and not good for you. And then if you're super happy, like the same thing. Or even, I mean, like I was saying earlier, there's times that I sit there and something hits a nerve and I'm like, this kind of get me, and you get the knot in the throat and the tears. And then afterwards you're like, fuck, I feel good.
Yeah, it's like better.
It's like a spring rain that comes through and just washes everything away.
Totally what it's like, for sure. And I think too, like, it's unfortunate that crying has kind of a stigma to it. Like, guys don't cry, strong people don't cry. Because I even find myself, my friends and people that are in my life know that I'm a very emotionally fluid person. Like, I'm not like, no, I don't have feelings. I am kind of like the most feeling and the most connected to other people's feelings. So it's not like people don't already know that, but I still sometimes feel this need to be like, hey, so I'm just really emotional today, and I probably will cry. I might cry for no reason, but I still feel like I kind of have to give a, like, hey, here's what's going on with me, or explain that, because there's just this sense of, like, crying is a problem. Crying means something's wrong, or crying means you're not strong, you know, male, female, much worse for guys, but for women, too, or like, oh my God, she's crying, like, this is bad shit, something's happening. And that kind of bums me out, because I think it would be freeing to have just more of a space for, like, the way that laughter is awesome, because you just laugh spontaneously and it just comes out and there's all this space for it. I think it'd be nice if there was the same kind of space for crying.
I was in band
and didn't freak people out.
We would sit down and we would talk about shit that was just horribly sad.
Yeah.
Just for us all to start crying.
Yeah.
And we'd sit there and just cry and cry.
Those spaces are great.
And then we were done. And it was cool, and we'd like, all right, let's go party, let's go do a show, let's go do whatever. But it was like every month or so we would just be like, you know what, man, I remember that time. And it happened, it spawned from, we were sitting there talking and somebody got emotional about something, they tried to tough it out. I'm like, dude, let it out, come here. And like, I'd pop it up to him, I was like, come here, and like held him. And then all of a sudden it became this routine thing where I was like, this is nice.
We have a crying circle, guys.
Yeah. All right, so It sucks, but I think we have to wrap this up because you got to go.
Yes.
But
yes. I feel like we could talk for about 7 hours.
I know, and we started, and it's like, shit, we did this circle, and we didn't get to talk about anything. But we talked about everything at the same time.
That's true. We talked about a lot of things. And I'll come back and we'll talk about powerlifting some other time, too.
Yeah, because I want to know. And I think everybody else wants to know because it's interesting. And we have stories we can share.
Definitely.
I love you. Thank you so much.
Too.
And I'll let you know when we put this up and everybody sees it.
Perfect.
Alrighty.
Bye.
Bye.